As you may know, the current banner features S.Kikyou and S.Yukari. I've been waiting to know exactly when you would desperately need them, especially S.Kikyou, since she provides critical rate and critical damage buffs to all allies within range when deployed. The buff is nice to say the least, but I'm still not sure when we would need her as urgently as other buffers. I've searched through clips, and it seems S.Kikyou is mostly used in lunatic difficulty. As for S.Yukari, I honestly have no idea about her role besides being useful against tip threat heavy armored. Sure, having another crit rate and crit damage buffer sounds good, so more students with those buffs seems ideal, right? But if you're not playing competitively and are more of a casual player, I don't think she will be very useful for you. Let's put it like this, who are the existing crit rate and crit damage buffers in the game? Well, there's Echo and D-Echo, but if you filter by special slot, only Echo is available. Echo is technically one of the students you can obtain from archive recruitment as long as you're level 60 and have cleared the guide missions that reward archive tickets. You may already have Echo, or maybe picked Himari. So it's really hard to judge whether S.Kikyou is good or bad. She may be bad for casual players because you might not need her, and spending all the way to Spark may not be worth it, just to get 1k Pyrex from who knows how many raid contents she'll help with, or how long you'd need to wait for her to become relevant. But she may be good for competitive players who need more crit rate and crit damage buffers. Also, the good thing about S.Kikyou's X skill is that it's an aura type buff, which means you can stack her critical rate and critical damage buffs with other similar buffs like Echo or D-Echo. But the question is, will this double critical rate and critical damage buff strategy ever actually be used? We don't know. I tried to understand exactly what S.Kikyou does when she is deployed, besides giving critical rate and critical damage to nearby students. I previously said she was like a better version of S.Kirino. But in fact, S.Kirino not only provides an attack buff but also acts as a cover, blocking incoming attacks. Meanwhile, S.Kikyou doesn't seem to be mentioned anywhere as providing cover, so it's not false advertising. I simply mixed it up. When she was released, I assumed she would work the same way. But after pulling her and testing her, I realized she isn't what I expected in terms of acting as cover. Or perhaps she does act as cover but I haven't invested enough in her, so I'm not aware of it. Another reason to pull, of course, is simply because she's your waifu. I tried to justify S.Kikyou as a good crit rate and crit damage buffer when deployed, but with the Fest banner right around the corner, it's probably best to save your pulls, especially if you're new to the game or missing a lot of important students. Fest students generally offer better versatility than S.Kikyou. S.Nagisa also gives a critical damage buff, though not critical rate, but she is much better overall and worth pulling. Enough talking about S.Kikyou. Simply put, yes, S.Kikyou is good, as she provides crit rate and crit damage buffs to all allies within her range when deployed. You may want more crit buffers, but her overall value is questionable, especially if you're a casual player who might not actually need her. For now, the answer is clear. You don't need S.Kikyou right now. There may be potential for her abilities to become useful in the future, but I genuinely don't know. So it's safe to say you can skip this banner and save for the Fest banner, which offers better abilities and versatility. If you already pulled her because she's your waifu, you can just wait until the day she finally becomes desperately useful for some content. As for S.Yukari, she is definitely skippable. Her related content final restriction release battle doesn't need to be taken seriously since it doesn't reward additional Pyrex.